Greetings everyone, so today I want to introduce you to this 100 watt fast charging power adapter. It has 4 ports that you can use to charge your devices, 2 USB-C and 2 regular USB port. But there's some limitation on how you can fast charge those devices depending on how many you're trying to charge at the same time. Okay, so most of your devices these days have the capability to do fast charging. The problem is some of these manufacturers do not include the fast charger, especially Apple, and some other manufacturers where you have to buy the fast charger separately. I have a Samsung phone that didn't come with the fast charger, so I would have to buy it separately. That's the way it is. So if you plan on buying a fast charger, why not go with one that can charge multiple devices? Because most of us has multiple devices. We got smartphone, we got tablets, and we got all kind of other devices that can do fast charging. But the fast charger is not really included most of the time. So in shopping for an adapter that can do fast charging of multiple devices, I found this one by Baseus. Now this one can charge 4 devices at the same time, fast charging, and super fast charge in some cases. Now this one is 100 watts, but those 100 watts is divided depending on how many devices that you have to charge at that same time. So there's 2 USB-C and there's 2 regular USB port on this device right here. There's a limit on what you can charge based on the port that you're using. Now depending on which port that you're using on this device, there's a maximum amount of watts that you can output depending on that port. So the first 2 USB-C ports on top, they can output up to 100 watts max. The regular USB port can only output 60 watts max, and that's per port. Now depending on which port you're using, you can only max out the ports if you're not using all 4 ports at the same time. So if you're doing a single charge, you will get the maximum 100 watts out of the USB-C port. And if you're using just one regular USB port, you will get the 60 watt max. Now, when you start using multiple ports to charge more than one device, this is where things changes. Now, this device can only support 100 watts. So if you plugged in more than one devices, it's going to divide the power between those ports. So if you're charging 2 devices at the same time using one USB-C and one USB regular port, you're going to get 65 watts out of the USB-C, and then you're going to get 30 watts out of another port that you're using. Now, by my math and your math, that doesn't add up to 100. So I'm not sure what happened to the other 5 watts. It just disappears for some reason. If you're using one USB-C and a regular USB port, you're going to get 65 out of the USB-C, and the regular USB port is going to give you 30 watts. And that goes the same way for the rest of the combination, just like you're looking at on the chart. Now, if you're using just the 2 regular USB port, you're going to get 5 volts. Not saying how many watts, just volts. And any other combination you use, you're going to get 65 and 30. Now, if you need to charge 3 of your devices that can support fast charging, then it even breaks down even deeper because now it's dividing the 100 watts between 3 ports. So the first USB-C port is going to get you 60 watts. The second USB-C port is going to give you 20 watts. And if you use a regular USB port, you're going to get 18 watts. And that's the same for any combination that uses 2 USB-C and 1 regular USB port. Now, if you're only going to use one of the USB-C port to charge your device, and then you'll have 2 USB port that you're going to use in combination, then you're going to end up with 65 watts on the USB-C and only 15 watts per USB port. And that's the same depending on the combination that you're using as far as the USB-C port. Now, if you need to use all 4 ports to charge your devices, this is going to be the division with the 100 watts. So the first USB-C port is going to get you 60 watts. The second USB-C port is going to get you 20 watts. And each one of the USB ports is going to give you 15 watts each. So that's the power distribution you're going to get if you decide to go with this fast charging power adapter by Baseus. Now, even though this supports multiple ports, the only thing that comes in the box is one USB-C to USB-C cable, and that's male on each end. So you would have to purchase additional cables or use the cables that come with your devices. But if you want to have the maximum charge for your devices, you have to use the USB-C ports. Now the regular USB port does have 60 watts. So if your device is less than that, then you will get the maximum charge for your devices. But either port that you use, if you're not using more than 2, then you're going to get fast charging for each one of your devices at the same time, which is something you will not get if you just have a regular power adapter for your devices. So if you're in a pinch and you need to head out, whether you're heading to the airport to catch a plane or you're heading on a road trip, this is going to be the quickest way you can charge up multiple devices at the same time. Now, I've tested it and I've noticed that if I'm using 3 ports, I can easily get fast charging out of each devices. If I'm doing 2 devices at the same time, I can get super fast charging. And if I add an additional device, then it will still fast charge the other devices, just won't say supercharge, but at least I can still get that fast charging going on. So your best bet is to do 2 at the same time. And if you're in a pinch, I would do 3 the max. Once you start adding an additional 1, then everything, like you said, dumbed down. But the chart tells you anyway how much more the power goes down if you're charging multiple devices at the same time. But you can easily super fast charge 2 devices at the same time based on my tests. So far, I've tested on my Apple product, I've tested on my Samsung product, and I've tested it on a Huawei product that I had before. And I have no problem charging any one of these devices. So if your device supports fast charging, I would recommend this fast charging power adapter by Baseus to you. It's what I've been using and I never had any issue out of it, and it gets my devices all juiced up in no time. So if you're heading out to work in the morning and you need to charge up your device and you get up in the morning, you notice your stuff is dead or close to dead, then you can get this thing charged up super fast. Hour, maybe hour and a half or so. That's just enough to get you going. This is what you need. If you're using one of those regular charger that comes with your device, it's time to get rid of it and charge up multiple devices at the same time. That way you don't have to buy a bunch of power fast charging bricks to charge up your devices. Just get this one and charge up multiple devices at the same time. All right, so I'm going to leave a link in the description for this particular device that I use to charge up my devices super fast. And if you're interested in it, check the link in the description and pick it up today to supercharge your devices. All right, so that's going to be it for this video. I want to thank you for taking the time for watching it. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.